Here's Yuzi Chahal, doesn't play in the 2021. The 2020, which happened in 2021. He didn't play in that. And then they picked him for the 2020 World Cup in 2022. Played all the games between those two World Cups. And suddenly it comes to the World Cup and they forget he's there. You were there as well. So
was I? Okay.
Probably tell us what happened there. But anyway, he's
that
not
was
there.
a statement that was pregnant with possibilities of interpretation.
Yeah.
Was I?
That's why I just moved on really quickly because I could tell the Paps were going nuts. What? Relax, everybody. Back away from your Twitter. Put your Twitters away. Coming back to Chahal. We start again, and now suddenly there's this emergence of Kuldeep, and of course we've lived through the glorious era of Kulcha where they both played together, but now so much carb is not good for anybody, so it's either Kul or it's Cha. Today we're seeing Kulcha operate together after a long time.
And that's the good thing. I think it's good to see both of them together playing. They did some really good things before the 2019 World Cup. When they just started out, they did phenomenally well. And since 2019 World Cup, I think things have changed and the people have changed, the bowling action has changed, the run-up has changed, everything has changed. But I must say Kuldeep, if I had to put in a nutshell, is probably and interestingly slightly more improved. You know, especially I think he went through a hard gruel. I mean, he was with me at KKR, had some tough seasons there. We released him, and you know what was good to see is he went back to the drawing board, worked on his action, technically changed it, came much straighter, got much more revs into the ball, and today he is what he is. And the good thing is he's playing all three formats. Whereas Chahal is a very interesting case study. I think just like you said, he played all the T20s in between. But why did he have to miss out on the World Cup? Obviously, I think Ashwin started because of the matchup against Pakistan. Akshar was obviously a no-brainer because we had to get somebody to bat at number 7. I personally thought at some stage probably Chahal would play, but he didn't end up playing because Ashwin did one thing very well. He bowled very economically.
Yeah.
But the one thing that we couldn't manage to do in the World Cup that recently concluded was the fact that we didn't pick wickets through the middle at times. And that was where I felt Chahal could have been very, very interesting choice. But they hung on to Ashwin because, to be fair to him, he did well. He kept doing something that was important for the team. But more importantly, he was giving us a little bit of the bat as well. Every time he would come in, he would hit a couple of boundaries. It's very easy to say in hindsight that probably Chahal could have played. But with the way things were unfolding at that stage, that would have been a big decision, because here was a guy who was not giving runs, bowling steady, giving you a couple of boundaries with the bat every time he walked in. Would you go to a pure bowler who would not give you batting but then probably give you a few wickets through the middle? So I think that was a choice. They went for the former. We can always debate about it, but for the moment it's good to see Chahal back. But what he has done in the recent past is, I personally feel, when he has bowled in speeds upwards of 90 or close to 90, he's been far more effective. Sometimes he can go searching for wickets, and when the pace dips much below 80, that's when he's been taken down at times. I think it's worked well for him in Rajasthan Royals because that's the role they want him to do. Around him are defensive bowlers. But when he comes to Team India, you know, there are a few attacking options there as well. So when he needs to pick wickets, I think he takes the option where he wants to bowl slowly. And that, if in case that goes for runs, and that's when he's found wanting. But you put him under pressure, he bowls at a speed which suits him, which is tough for the batter, but he doesn't want to do it consistently because that doesn't give him the wickets. And it's a bit of a catch-22 situation for him. But I'd rather have him bowl those speeds closer to 90, which will mean that he might not get as many wickets, but he'll be very effective as a bowler. But that's a choice that he has.
His temperament is that of an attacking bowler anyway, right? That's the kind of temperament that he has.
We had Sangakkara with us in the commentary box recently, and he was so impressed.
Again, Rajasthan.
Yeah, with the way Chahal assesses a situation and the ideas he comes up with in situations, he rates Chahal very highly. But there's two reasons why Chahal will be, two things going in his favour now. One is, if you look at the composition of that team again, Hardik Pandya is bowling again and is even capable, should you need, of giving you 4 overs.
Absolutely.
So if he can give you 4 overs, you've got 3 seamers already in there. Mavi can bowl anywhere, Arshdeep can bowl anywhere, so you've now got the flexibility. Hardik can bowl 2 if you need 12 overs of seam. So that means that that is the only way in which you can get both spinners play.
Yep.
Because the 2 spinners have to play in a 3-spinner combination because your spinner's batting at 7. So if Hardik can do the 3rd seamer's role, then you can play Kulcha.
Yep.
The other thing in his favour today is the boundaries.
Yep.
The boundaries are 76, 78 straight down the ground, even 67, 68 square. And he must be saying, when was the last time I got to bowl on 78, 80 meter boundaries, playing as he does all for the last few years, where? In Bangalore.
In Bangalore, where the boundaries are about 35.
So he's just hoping, no dew today, big boundaries, dryish ground, let me get my 4 overs in these situations.